music fades out, but a new one comes in. Does it make us think of? Does it make us think of time? Space? Perhaps a place in which we wish we once belonged, but don't anymore longer. My name's Bert, the Bert's Boys. And with me, as usual, is my boy, one of them, the singular. Welcome to Bert's Boys. It's me, Bevo, Bert. And my grandma got us these cool shirts. They're in reverse for you, but it says, I work hard so my Mazda MX-5 Miata can have a better life. And she only bought one. Originally, she bought this for me for my birthday because I have a Mazda MX-5 Miata NA, of course. And I do work hard so it can look like this because my hands look like this. And she bought it and they accidentally sent two. And they're like, well, you can just keep the other. So he's got the original rough draft of the shirt that was processed through my brother. So that's kind of cool.
This is a remix of that.
Oh.
This is a remix of it. Now one song was like, whoop, whoop, in the memes. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll trust. But yeah, so welcome to another episode. Technically, I guess the Bert-cast. Yeah, practically. Technically, I guess this is technically episode 2, but in practice, it's going to be episode 1 because episode 1, the intro got cut off because I was really lazy, and when I decided to actually highlight it, so Twitch muted it, which is pretty stupid. So that will never be posted on YouTube, and you can only view that for the next 2 months or however long it'll stay on my channel. And that's just life, and you're gonna have to live with that, and we're all gonna have to be okay with that. So this is the re-upped episode 1, though episode 2, in the same format of my classic late break hit video, Bevo Devo Stream Highlights V1, which was actually technically Stream Highlights V2, but I never actually released V1 because V1 was too short. And I never will release V1. It only exists in the Bevo Devo archives, which are in fact complete. Well, except for the shit ton of videos I deleted. But the raw videos, the original videos, do still exist within the Bevo Devo archives. So rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to be okay. Now I got to shift the webcam because I'm good. No, because I like it whenever I look like I'm looking at chat when I actually am looking at chat. But I forgot that I can't read chat. Any opening statements, Gabriel?
What the fuck? No, that's not it at all.
Oh. Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, so this is now episode 1 for the purposes of what's going to be posted on YouTube. And this is the start of the new series,
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. We gotta be jarring.
engine noises. This is the Miata Mechanics for Men Only show, in which we discuss the late break developments within the MX-5 Mazda Miata, which is why we're wearing our Miata shirts, because we represent. Now, I drive a 1992 Mazda Miata MX-5 NA because I'm a savage. Now, updates in the realm of MX-5, Mazda MX-5 news. Today, we saw he saw it, a new Mazda MX-5 NA. I don't even think it goes...
Are you talking about the one that we saw?
The one at Chick-fil-A. We saw one at Chick-fil-A, and it looked really cool. And then I drove behind an NA, and it was really cool, and I didn't flash my lights when I had the opportunity. And that's it for this bit. Any other further opening statements before we get into the meat and potatoes?
British Racing Green.
It wasn't British Racing Green.
Pristine.
Pristine with a tan top.
It was mean and a queen.
She was all those things. And more, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe even lean.
Maybe even lean. We need to get a little closer to the mic and talk to it whenever you do, just because the music's a little louder. So, to answer that question, Phil, of course you're supposed to be here because the Mazda MX-5 Miata is a powerhouse of vehicles. And with that being said, we will move on to our presentation. Starting with Me. Bert is a boy. That is the de facto title of this, because the title has not been come up with at this point. That's it. Bert's a boy. First topic, as it were. I would not. Oh,
That's the first topic.
this first topic.
Okay.
So it's all you to begin.
All me to begin.
Yeah, because I already saw this image. So
Fuck, man, I don't know. When this idea was conceived, I didn't know that I was figuring that the background would just gotta be there, not really mean anything.
well, you're the one who conceived of this.
I just figured that. That's the picture.
I think the reality of the situation is we all need to realize and remember where we were on the day that Madagascar, the show of penguins, released on Nickelodeon TV. And I remember where I was. I was at home after watching Madagascar 2, and I thought, man, I really wish they'd make a show about these penguins, but they be just stuck at the zoo and be in an otherwise uninteresting environment and make it interesting by their hijinks and shenanigans.
And as long as the show is entirely non-canon, I'm with you, because movies are in Africa and Europe. But show being non-canon.
Well, no, I think you misremember, because in the show, they were the only ones who didn't get off. They captured the ship. Remember?
Oh, wait. Yeah, in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
It broke down.
Yeah, but they could have still conceivably made it back to Zoo York, as it were. So I think the possibility still exists there. Now, I will say what Madagascar did to me was two things. One, it really made me want a lemur, because I thought a lemur would be a cool pet. Yeah, and in conjunction with Avatar: The Last Airbender being around at that point in my life too, I said, a lemur, that has to be what I have to have. The second thing it did was give me an unhealthy obsession with hippo-like women, sexually. So much so that I cannot get off unless she looks like a hippo.
I got one for you. High school.
You know a woman. Okay.
I know one biology teacher.
Oh, the same woman who told us about her first time having sex, and it was very uncomfortable.
Bro, I doubt that woman ever lost her virginity.
She said she did.
She said no, bro.
She said she did.
Didn't have sex in college, and after that, I stopped listening. So
Yep, she was a beaut. I tell you what, boys. I tell you what.
Very uncomfortable.
She was very.
Sometimes.
She would not.
Yeah, that's fine though.
And he was okay with it.
I liked it.
He was floored, perhaps.
Aquas.
Oh. Oh, I see now. Okay. Well, that was fantastic. We had a great and healthy discussion about penguins.
Yeah.
Specifically from Madagascar. But you know what this image reminds me of? Exactly. And I was thinking of the same thing.
Me too.
Yeah, see, that's good. That's good improv. That's a situation in which we leave the audience torn asunder. But could she fit in the yada? Is a question I missed. The answer? Probably not. Probably unlikely. I would have to make some room. But I would not remove the cup holder for her sake. Because that thing is too... It would just touch her knee.
You know, like, you go like fucking, you fucking cup holder, just like touch her knee. Man,
yeah.
Like, hey, can I grab the stereo? And you just like reach between her legs or some shit, bro.
Oh,
no.
God. Oh, God.
Get me out of here, bro.
Bro, you signed up for this, bro.
So, you know how VTubers like really will get into like characters? Have their internet persona.
I guess.
So they have their internet persona, and you're not supposed to find out about like their real life. They also get like their 3D models, like in which they like
they like all the VTubers will like meet up together with, and they'll like use their 3D models to stream with, and like they'll interact with each other, obviously in the physical world, being represented like virtually as their 3D models. So what I'm thinking is, like, at some point, like, you know how, like, did you ever see that Disney movie? Like, fuck, dude, we talked about this. Like, there's like this girl in space. All I can think of is Cadet Kelly, which had that one.
That was Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, all I can think of is Lizzie McGuire, but it was not Lizzie McGuire.
Fantastic film, by the way.
The Cadet Kelly.
Yeah, it was a great film. I remember that scene where she was like rock climbing and then got stuck or something. That's all I remember from that movie.
It started with a Z. I can't remember what this movie came. This movie was.
A girl stuck in space, and
she wasn't stuck in space. She was from space. She came to Earth.
That sounds slightly familiar. We can hit the Google search engine right now. Disney movie about girl from
in space.
It's called in space.
Yeah. There we go.
Girl hockey player.
The non-girl of the 21st century. This is exactly it. Okay. And so they have like crazy hair and shit. And I was thinking, like, I don't know, like, I was thinking that like in the future that these VTubers, like when they come in public, would they just like start coming out? And a lot of people are becoming VTubers now. So whenever they go out in public, do you think they're gonna start like dressing up as their avatars? Is what I'm getting at. Like, that's the kind of dystopian future I'm thinking like we're going into. Like, people like go out with like crazy ass like colorful wigs and shit, looking like they're 3D models and shit, and to the point where like intimacy is where you aren't wearing that. The only type of like that's where.
So my thought, I guess, is that if you think about the concept of like a VTuber as it is, like the whole idea is that there's this person behind here and they're 3D modeled or whatever, and there's a detachment from that person, like that physical person, you know, in the eyes of like, for example, Project Melody. You don't know what she looked like, or maybe we do, but it doesn't matter because that's not the point of it. All that matters is her voice. The same thing kind of applies to like people like Senzawa and stuff like that. And so I guess with or maybe we do know.
I gotta tell you what they do with HoloLive. They find out they have to audition for it, and they make these models. They make their characters similar to their like proportions.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think
so. Senzawa's Gower Gooda now, if you know who that is. Gower. That's her new HoloLive persona. And so, yeah. Anyway, so these people, like, I don't know, they go out and like they meet each other and stuff in their 3D models, and I'm just wondering if, like, I don't know, at some point, and a lot of people are becoming VTubers, just like random ass people.
Yeah,
they just get
like Pokimane did it.
Yeah,
which was very weird.
But also that's kind of different considering her model was meant to look like her, right?
Yeah. So that's the thing. So like, I think for people like, I guess like a majority of the HoloLive people, I don't know too much about it because I don't watch that gay shit.
I don't watch that gay shit.
But
I mean,
if I were someone who sat in my living room and watched it while I listened, then I would probably, I guess, like, because Pokimane was different in the fact that we already knew what Pokimane looked like. A whole portion of Pokimane's, like, purpose is her being a person, right? That you see and know and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, jerk off to her feet kind of deal. So I think it's different when you have someone who's literally, like, faceless in terms of who they actually physically are. And so I guess like it would be weird, and I think people would be like uncomfortable if these people went and were like going out in like person, like dressed up as their VTuber model, because that's kind of unnatural, because then that's in the realm of like cosplaying and stuff like that, and I don't think that would like work as well, because I mean you see the same thing for like voice actors and stuff. They don't really like cosplay as to who they play. Right, no, sure, that's fine. But I think in the realm of like the future and where it's headed, it's probably just VTubers interacting with other VTubers, but not in person. And for the time being, the way it probably...
Oh, wait, do you mean...
like physically in person.
They wouldn't be dressed up, though.
Correct.
Because they do interact in person.
Yeah, sure. Okay. But they wouldn't be dressed up or anything like that because that'd be unnatural. Yeah, and it'd probably be like at events and stuff, they'd just have a panel of VTubers and it's like, here they are. But I think if it were to actually move into the future, then these entities, these 3D models or whatever, would become their character and just be their independent person as their own. And so at events and things like that, they would just be that. There was one, it's like it makes me think a lot of like Hatsune Miku, which is obviously a lot different because that's just like AI holographic shit. But the same thing kind of exists. I think it'd be in the same realm of that. And there was an episode of Black Mirror that kind of went on this, and it was like basically this like cartoon character that was like kind of like VTube type stuff in terms of like this dude just voiced it, and it was just like some political shit to like make fun of electing people and whatever. He was just some bear, and so basically like ended up like getting to a point where people liked him so much that they ended up like electing him. And then it became, you know, flash forward to this dystopian future in which like this entity was in charge of everything because they could just have anyone, you know, be him and represent him. So it's like this faceless entity that people are just like, this is that person. And so long as it's within those lines, I'm like okay with that and comfortable with that. So that's my thought.
Okay, but I want to say like just maybe two more things. But the first thing I want to say is, so these VTubers, the HoloLive ones, they live together, and on these streams they talk about their daily lives as though they are those characters, and they call each other by those names. So at a certain point, these girls like they're always in character. Is basically what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking that maybe at some point they just go out dressed up like these characters. But
yeah,
that's all.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility. Now I'll take a moment to read what Phil has said. Low-key though, VTuber community kind of exploded with COVID, and I guess they want to become content creators but are a bit socially awkward with their looks, and it can kind of be a good thing. Thinking about it, you could almost argue VTubers stemmed off of regular old YouTubers didn't want people to know who they were, so they adopted a persona or character in the game, such as Vanoss, Swagger, Souls, and H2O Delirious. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's a fair bit. I don't know about the like socially awkward part necessarily, because I can't speak on VTubers or anything like that, but I think it does definitely have that same feel to it, I guess. But it's a little bit different because you do have like a more specific image to associate with them. Though I guess Swagger Souls is a bit unique in that regard because
The helmet.
because of the helmet. So he does have a character which is really just himself, but in a helmet.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it's the exact same thing as, you know, just a VTuber having like a 3D model that kind of looks like them.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as Swagger just wearing, you know, being fully clothed with the helmet on, because you still don't know what that person looks like, but you have this idea of this person in your head, and that's what makes them, I guess, a person to you.
Some of these girls are super attractive though. Like,
oh, I'm sure.
Like, some of them had like careers beforehand and stuff like that, so they know what they look like.
Yeah.
Like but I don't know. Some of them are pretty attractive. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It definitely COVID helped that a lot, I guess, in terms of like people doing that. And yeah, I could see some VTubers possibly dressing up at certain cons, but I don't know. I feel like people would like, I feel like they'd be kind of cringe.
Yeah, no.
Because
but that's what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah.
It'd be cringe, but also like it could become normalized.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't.
It's like women going out in makeup, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like at first, you know, it's kind of like unladylike, but then it became normalized. Now, you know, you expect.
I guess, but makeup's so different than like cosplaying, I think, because like
I don't know, because their fans wouldn't think of it as cosplay.
Yeah,
that's them to them. Yes,
yeah, maybe it'd be different if I was like a fan. And
I'm not a fan.
No, you're not. You're not a fan. This wasn't your idea.
Nah, I didn't come up with this.
Okay, we'll move on to the next.
Dude,
topic.
I don't know why I kept thinking of Lindsay McGuire though.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It came out like at the same time. What? How'd you even find this?
I googled stock images, and this
is a stock image.
I don't know. It's just a man with hands as feet.
This is filthy.
But it's kind of weird though, because it's actually it's actually the full leg, just photoshopped onto the arm, because you can see like the ankle and stuff. I think maybe
his hands are just hairy like that.
I don't know. It looks like ankle.
Those are his wrists.
I don't know where it starts and stops. Maybe it is right here. Because this is full ankle, and
Maybe-
this looks like ankle.
And this is ankle.
Yeah, and that's ankle.
This is wrist.
And also, why is his foot bent like this?
No. This whole thing's super photoshopped.
I mean, yeah. And he's got braces.
yeah.
That's unfortunate. I mean, maybe not, but you know, I don't know. He seems pretty old. I guess people can have braces at older ages.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just kind of a weird guy in general, bro. He's got his hair highlighted. He's wearing braces.
Yeah.
Got chapped up teeth. He's got chapped up lips, bro. Fucking, and he's got feet hands.
Yeah,
And his pupils are dilated crazy, bro.
they are dilated crazy. Did you ever have braces?
Nah, I never had braces.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You looked out through that?
Yeah, I look now, bro.
I fortunately only had braces for a year and a half or so, and I was really excited to get braces because I thought they looked cool.
Oh yeah, I thought they looked cool too.
Yeah, so I was like, this is gonna be lit when I finally get braces and stuff. Like my teeth were they weren't like fucked up or anything. It was just like a little bit of overbite, and some weird spacing stuff with my molars. But I got braces and I was like, this is kind of lit because I thought they looked really cool. Now they hurt the fuck out of your teeth for the first while, and that kind of sucks. But
Big Cam had braces for so long.
I know Cam and TJ, two of our friends, had braces for fucking eons, which is mad unfortunate. But yeah, I only had it for a year and a half, and
You dyed your hair.
I did dye my hair, but that was way later. Yeah, but I remember when they first put them on, it wasn't an it was like, you know, like the orthodontic assistants or whatever.
Yeah.
Mainly did it.
Yeah.
And they did a shit job the first time because I had so many brackets fall off, dude. Like my half my mouth was constantly wax. Was my experience with braces for the first while.
What do you mean?
Oh, so what you do? So like when you get braces, one of the things they give you is wax. So basically, if a bracket falls off or something comes loose, you put wax on it, and it keeps it secure in your mouth. And since, you know, wax is like edible or whatever, it's not a big deal. So like I was just like running through that shit constantly. But I got braces and then I got them off and they're like, all right, you're gonna have a retainer and you're gonna need to keep this in your mouth like every day for the next 6 months. And then after that, you're just literally gonna keep it in your mouth when you sleep for eternity. I said, okay, bet. And I wore the retainer like on and off for 3 months. And I got the Invisalign ones or whatever that were just like clear. So you put them over and you wouldn't people wouldn't really see them, which is pretty pog. I like that. But they got really gross like really quickly because I mean, you know, they go in your teeth.
Yeah, the plaque grows on them. Yeah.
Yeah. But let me tell you what. After those like 3 months of like kind of going in and out with them, it's like fuck this, and I never wore that retainer again. And fortunately for me, my teeth remained pretty good. I still have like a little bit of an overbite now, but I mean, it's good enough.
Yeah,
it's
good
pretty
enough.
straight. My brother, on the other hand, he had braces for eons, got them off, didn't wear his retainer, had to get braces again, got them off, didn't wear his retainer, and then eventually replaced all his teeth because they weren't like super fucked up, but they were fucked up enough to where it bothered him. So he eventually got veneers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if you're put in that kind of position where you think that you should have perfect dental, you know,
Alignment.
yeah, dental alignment, you just do that if your teeth are fucked up. I don't know. I don't know. I think having fucked up teeth is fine.
Yeah, I mean they were. I agree generally, so long as it's not causing.
I don't think I've ever had a girlfriend that had like normal teeth.
I
think like I think like even Nicole's teeth were kind of fucked up a little bit, but that's like
un poquito. But yeah, I don't know. I agree. Like as long as it's not like in your detriment, I don't think it's really that big a deal.
yeah, no, I don't care.
Now, granted, in saying
Super
that,
fucked
my
up teeth,
brother,
I love it.
yeah,
Take me to Japan, please. Someone.
fuck yeah.
Someone, fly me out. Someone.
Now, granted, my brother's teeth do look great, like fantastic now.
Oh, they're fake.
And they're fake, but goddamn, do they look good as hell. Now, in saying that, this did remind me in terms of teeth. You know what really does it for me with teeth? It's
It's a lot of them.
just a lot.
Yeah,
It's just
that
a
actually does it for me.
mouthful. No, not really. It does it for me is like distinct canines. I don't know why. But like that's why I always found Catherine very attractive. They're canines. Catherine.
The one from high school?
Yes.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, her canine. It was her teeth, dude. I mean, you know, she had a pretty face and all that kind of stuff, but
I was just never attracted to her.
oh. Knocked out. Oh, sorry. Mine used to be fine, but years of fighting and also getting knocked out by my meds, or by meds at the urgent care and split my forehead open. I have a couple of problems. Oh. Well,
That sounds almost unrelated to teeth.
Yeah.
Almost.
yeah. I mean, it's,
Soggy
yeah.
Bagels, Broby.
Yeah.
I never remember. Broby, how are your teeth? That's how I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's true. How are your teeth, Broby? Because Phil, I can understand. You know, you get have a little freaking,
scuffle.
a little Danny Brook, brother.
Yeah,
you know,
until-
you're gonna have some fucked up teeth, and that's fine.
Up until Beefus' sister shot me in the mouth with an airsoft bullet, for which I went to my car, cried for 30 seconds, and came back. My teeth were perfect.
That's actually a great story, and I am so sad that happened.
I'm so sad that it happened too. Actually,
Yeah.
my tooth was so sensitive for like 2 years.
Oh, I'm certain. So what happened there is we were at my house to collect firewood for a camping trip that we were going on, and because we just had, you know, a lot of trees and shit, so it wasn't hard to find wood and all that kind of thing. He came over, and it was him and our friend Noah, and our friend Noah is an interesting dude. I love him, but he decided to bring his airsoft pistol, like just on him, because I guess he wanted the feeling of carrying a strap,
Yeah.
but it to not be illegal. Like, we were seniors in high school at the time. And so my sister's out there with us, and she's like a year younger than us. And Noah's like dicking around with the pistol or whatever, and he's showing it to my sister, and my sister's like looking at it or whatever. She's like, "Can I shoot it?" And he was like,
And she said, "Ooh, look, an unarmed black man." And she shot me.
So the problem of what happened is she had it and she shot at a log like 2 times or something, enough to identify that it was loaded and armed. And then she turned to Gabe, saw an unarmed black man, and shot him directly in the fucking tooth.
Dude, if that were a real gun, I'd be dead.
Gabe would have been.
That was a good shot.
It was a great fucking shot, and Gabe chipped his tooth, shed a couple of Grecian tears.
Dude, it was so many. So many Grecian tears. It didn't hurt. But I was a vain person at the time.
Yeah. And so yeah, and she was like, "Wait, what? I didn't know that was gonna happen." And everyone was like, "What the fuck do you mean you didn't know that was gonna happen? You clearly identified."
Holy shit. I said, dude, I was in shock for a moment.
Yeah. No, we all were. It was horrifying.
Oh my god, dude! And I've never forgiven her since.
I mean, well, and I remember years before all this happened, when I was into airsoft at an appropriate age. I had this like bolt action sniper that was like spring loaded or whatever, but that shit slapped, dude. It was like 400 FPS, dude. Like we used to do like running drills in the backyard, me, Hunter, and Brian, my brothers, and basically someone would sit down with a sniper and we'd just run in zigzags and try not to get shot in the ass.
Oh, that's actually sick.
It was pretty sick. You get hit in the ass, it fucking hurt, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, so around that time, I used to do like target practice in the backyard, and like we have like woods behind our house, like a small little thing of woods. And so below the tree house, I just sit back there and I put up my pictures of Hitler and Osama bin Laden appropriately. And, you know, I just run targets at them. And so my sister was out there one day and she was fucking around in the tree house. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to scare her because I'm a great brother. And so I did a 180 and the treehouse was maybe like 10 feet from me. And I was like, all right, I'm going to shoot like 20 feet above her. And, you know, just make a noise and she'd go, ah, and be scared or whatever. Little did I know at the time that apparently I was Chris Kyle, because the arc that I made and the angle that I did was apparently the perfect trajectory for the BB to arc drop and hit her in the back. And she screeched. And I was like, what the fuck? There is no possible way in damn Dale hell that I ever actually hit you. Like, no possible way. So she sprints inside and she's, starts yelling to my parents, "Oh, Bevan shot me with the airsoft gun." And I was like, there's no fucking way I did. I am not that good of a shot. You can look at the posters, and I wasn't even aiming at her. I was nowhere near her, like but leaps. I still don't believe to this day that I hit her. Like, cause there's no way. I think she fucking faked it. Cause she did that shit all the time. So anyways, then my stepdad is like, "All right, give me the fucking gun." And so he takes it and he hides it. I knew exactly where he hid it. And he was like, I got a whole bunch of shit for it, and I had to take a gun safety course as a result of it. So I had to go out to a gun range with some random ass Boy Scout troop, and then I got to shoot a bunch of cool guns, and all it did was fuel my bloodlust. So who really won that round? Okay. So that's all I'm saying. And that, let me tell you, Phil, that scope, it was calibrated. It was perfectly calibrated. I had test rounds in the yard, checked it out, peeped it, ran the drill. Shit was fine with a range of at least like 30 yards. And I was shooting within like 10 to 20, probably 15 yards. It was probably a 10-yard shot. It was beyond that. Either way, so I lost that airsoft gun, and then it eventually broke, and that's a shame. It was a cool fucking sniper, and the bolt was so hard to pull back. But that thing just fucking slapped, dude. Fucking slapped.
That reminds me of another story you told me about, but maybe another picture will bring us that story, because I don't want to go through all your stories on one day.
I have plenty of stories to do. Oh fuck!
this is okay, appropriate.
Well, this was an appropriate picture. I misclicked it and changed it to this. All right, Gabe, proceed on.
This has nothing to. I mean, this picture has no relation to the story I was gonna talk to you about.
Okay.
But I mean, she's just strapped for quarantine, I guess. Look at all the toilet paper.
Oh my god, I didn't even see all the toilet paper. Yeah, dude. What is that? Some break barrel bullshit?
I don't.
It'd have to be.
She's holding it well. She's holding like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, no, she clearly knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Hey, gal, hey, Africod. Yeah, I didn't even see the toilet paper. I mean, I thought I was like gonna make the coronavirus joke,
but that's actually like that's it.
Okay. So what story did that remind you of?
Well, you were talking about how you shot her in the back, then I was thinking about how you said you with the spray bottle on her bed of your pee.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, yeah, so it's related only in that the story does involve a trigger. But not a trigger of a firearm.
And also smells. Yeah.
So I guess like throughout my relationship with my siblings, it was always kind of like a top down, like get shit on perspective. And we did like we rarely got along. We fucking like hated each other growing up. Like now we have great relations. We all fucking love each other. But like my oldest brother Michael would beat the shit out of my brother Hunter. Hunter would beat the shit out of me. And so I'd beat the shit out of Emma, who would consequently, well, we'd just fight. We were close enough in age.
Become a man.
Who would become a man as a result, because sometimes she'd like hit the fuck out of me. My older brothers, they were like, I mean, they were boys, but they were like, there was enough distance to where it wasn't really like fight backable between Hunter and Michael and me and Hunter. Like I could never fight my brother. I still can't. And for some reason, he's just like a god at everything. And Emma's strong as fuck. That's my sister. Like super fucking strong. So that's why I knew, like, especially with that airsoft thing, that she was faking it. Because one, she would have never reacted that way, because she did not like. She was as strong as any of us.
She's as strong as a fox,
if
man.
not stronger, like physically. But she knew since she was a girl, she could get away with a lot of things because she was the only girl. Anyways, there's one time, and me and Emma were having some fight, and like as our babysitter was there, and Emma got real pissed at me, and she did something like fucking wipe snot on me or some bullshit like that, something like really gross. So, all right, see you, Phil. And so I was like, fucking, I was like, there's got to be some retribution for it, because whatever she did, it was gross. And I said, I'm gonna take that, the anger I feel, the disgustedness I feel, and I'm gonna raise the knob by about 10. So while she was not in her room, downstairs with a babysitter or something, I sprinted in there, had a full bladder. I found a spray bottle of some like air spray, perfume, whatever the shit was. I fucking dumped that shit out, pissed in it, and sprayed it all around her room. She found out about that, and she was so fucking pissed, because that was not like equal retribution by any means. Because what she did was something on me individually, and what I did soiled her room for ages to come, dude. It's like Fallout. You know what I mean? Like, that shit does not leave for years. Now, granted, I was young. Did that excuse for it? Mayhaps not. Does it make a great story? Sure. Why the fuck not?
You sprayed piss.
I did.
All
dude,
over
and honestly, it was like, I never felt smarter coming up. It's gross, but have any of you ever come up with something as clever as that? You know what I mean? Like, disgusting beyond all of that shit. Like, if you ever conceptualize a more like effective way to like just permanently destroy an enemy, you know, like, no matter what.
Holy shit, bro. She fucking her friends come over. Her room just smells like piss, bro. Oh
yeah.
My God.
It wasn't so bad. I only dusted it a couple of times. Smell got out of there later. But, you know, it all, you know, it's all yin and yang. You know, one time my sister called the cops on me, and it was whatever. And I said, hey, that was actually a funny story. Because
I never heard that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've told anyone that story. Because my sister and I got in some fight like we always did, and she fucking like threw a phone at me. So I like punched her, because that's just what I did, because I'm a piece of shit. Whatever. You know, again, it's a house full of boys. I'm sorry. I feel bad about it now. But again, she's strong as shit, and she was strong then. So the phone fucking hurt. All right. She fucking like whipped it right in my spine. All right. So, you know, hit her, whatever. And so she grabs the fucking landline, runs in her room, locks her door, and is like, and fucking calls the cop. And she's like, my brother's trying to kill me. My brother's trying to kill me. Please get someone here now. And I was like, okay, this has gone too far. You know, because it was just her and I. So that was already a bad situation. Like, whoever arranged that for it just to be us two in the house. Mm-hmm. And so fucking, I had to like get on the other line, and I was like, bro, she's just freaking out right now. And the cop was like, this isn't my problem. And so he just hung up, or the 911 operator. And so that's the extent of that story. The cops never came, so that was good. But I had a lot of anger issues as a child. So did my sister. So did all my brothers. But we're better now.
And my brother, my parents always made the mistake of never having like a babysitter or anything like that. And au pair. Yeah, so we never had anything like that ever. So, and my parents would never learn their lesson. So there was one time, like, just like furniture was destroyed when they came home. I like pushed a dresser on my brother one time. And holy shit, he pissed me off though. So I have no regrets.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, there's been multiple times my parents would come home and like the couch. That's how like the seat and the couch, like, you know, I don't know if you've ever been like noticed that, like, you know, like right in front of the TV, there's like the couch. There's that seat on the left that everyone just sits in. That seat, yep. The wood underneath it is just destroyed because my brother did like a fucking Street Fighter combo on me. And I swear I thought my spleen ruptured. He punched me so many times. It was like probably 20-ish times around there. He just punched me in my gut, and I couldn't move, bro. I was like this the whole time. Like, legs were fucking like this, and he broke the wood underneath the couch, and that's why I don't think I ever told my parents why. Why we never told them why it broke, but that's why it broke.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, we would go at it though. Like, there's definitely times like he's lost though, just because, you know, you can't go at it every time with your younger brother, expect to win every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, for my brother, he could.
Yeah, your brother's
Yeah.
like a billion years older than you, though. So.
Yeah, I guess there was a big enough age difference. And plus, he went to like, I don't know, he was just into some shit. He was a lot stronger than me always. This still is. But yeah.
I probably only won against that probably like 3 times out of like all the times we fought it.
Oh yeah. The closest I got was punching him in the balls.
Yeah, I've done that too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I only
Take
did
your
that
cheap
once.
victories where you can.
I only did that once, and it was not a victory for me at all. I was immediately put into a chokehold. Like, it was the initial, oh, fuck, and then my body was, like, under control. He was really fucking good at wrestling, dude. Like, because he'd just do that shit. Like, he'd just come up to me, and then I'd suddenly be on the floor, and his legs would be wrapped around my neck. Like, it was crazy shit. I don't know where the fuck he learned that from, but goddamn was he good. Well, we've exasperated that topic as much as I guess we can.
Yeah.
Without me going to court. So next topic here, as it were, I think we're nearing the end of the topics, which is actually good. We're on pace where I want to be.
I don't even know if these are actually considered topics. I just wanted these in the background. Like I wasn't expecting to actually address them. I was like,
I mean,
next
oh, just click it and then suddenly come up with something unrelated to the image.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, well then do it for this one,
I'll
Mr.
do it.
Big Man.
You ever play GTA?
Yes, I have played GTA.
I've got like all the strippers in GTA.
See that's it. See, I never did that. I never did that because I'm a respectful young gentleman. Now, granted, I did play Grand Theft Auto for 2 years straight in my life, which is a great time. That's actually my first stream on Twitch was Grand Theft Auto.
Wait, was it really?
Yeah, with I can't remember the dude who watched, who was my first, like, I guess, loyal viewer, my first Kang. God, I can't remember his name. But yeah, so I played the shit out of GTA.
I remember watching your stream in like Pensacola for the first time. I don't remember what game it was.
What, like eons ago?
Yeah, it was eons ago. This is like 2016 probably.
Oh, that's probably Rust. I do have like an archived.
No, I don't think it was Rust. We hadn't started Rust yet. Like you were streaming off of like your Xbox, I think.
Oh, yeah, it could have been GTA or something. No, well, yeah, I was playing that in high school. But it's funny. I have literally nothing in reference to the GTA stuff, but I do have 2 really weird things that are saved on my shit here. I gotta find it. Created. I've got 2 4 years ago things. So this would have been from 2016, around that time period.
Oh,
And
it was Rainbow
this
Six
one.
Siege. That's what I was watching.
Oh, well, it could have been this one. Because this is the only thing I actually have record of from that time. I do have a Rust one, but it's so corrupted it doesn't even matter. And it's literally just... Oh.
It depends. I have some schoolwork I gotta do. So by about 1:30, I'm gonna end the stream. If you're enjoying it so far, and if you enjoyed at any point throughout it, make sure to follow me. I'm gonna... Okay, well this is annoying. I hate this. When you get caught in this kind of situation, but whatever. But if you enjoy this stream, make sure to hit me with that follow. I also have a YouTube.
I do have a YouTube, and I did have a YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only recorded thing I have of the early stream days. Which is kind of a shame. I wish I could see some of the GTA stuff. But never will, because that's life.
Yeah, I reckon.
All right, now come up with, now you've got this whole thing.
I already
in front
have
of
I
That's your statement, GTA?
5. I got all the strippers like a couple like months ago. It was my first time getting all. I thought I had all of them beforehand, and I figured that they probably added some, but I don't think they did. I think I just didn't have all of them. I thought I did.
Wow.
And honestly, the strippers in GTA, horrible.
Yeah,
they're polygons.
Yeah, no, they're all horrible. Like, it was a cool thing at first, but then I was kind of like, it's something I've never had the desire to do.
What?
Is go to a strip club.
IRL.
Like IRL.
Yeah, I mean, the TJ has, but I've, and then I'd go with him if he really wanted to, but strippers are just not like.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that's not really my hang up on it in terms of them being good or bad people. It's more so like, I don't know. That just feels weird. It's like it's pretty similar to watching porn with your boys, which I mean is
I don't mind doing.
yeah,
that.
which I know you don't care about, and you know I don't think I'd care too much about because there's an attachment to it.
Yeah.
But then it feels more along the lines of like watching your friend fuck someone, and you just like rooting behind. You know what I
You
mean?
wouldn't do the what's it called in Letterkenny? The hockey boys that they do. I don't remember what it's called. Fuck it.
I don't remember either, but yeah, but like I don't know, and maybe that's just because I'm a bit of a prude, a little vanilla slut. But I don't know. I don't think I could like. I don't think I could handle that.
I just don't want to go to the strip club because I've met strippers, and like they're like just the type of people that like they're overly sexual. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like that's
and not even
nature.
in like a playful way. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like they're trying to. They might act like they're not trying to like, you know, put some on you. You know what I'm saying? But they are. They're trying to slap you with some, bro. They're trying to slap you with some wet.
yeah.
Some wet stinky.
Ew. Oh, God. I mean, it's like I don't know, not to generalize strippers or anything, but I think there's like a desensitization to it, or like, you know, you're so desensitized to that kind of thing to where it's not like a huge deal for you,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. And like, I feel like the same thing would kind of apply to like,
I wonder what he sees. I'm just like, did
what
he
this
actually
kid
look?
sees.
Yeah. What
I don't
kind of
think
photo is this?
I don't think he's paid her yet.
Obviously, he hasn't paid her yet, but like, who would let this obviously young man, obviously 15, take this picture and see this woman's panties? Look at those hands; those are working woman's hands.
She could be wearing shorts under there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's still.
But
weird.
like, I don't know. I think it's like, I think there's like that detachment, and that's something I don't have because, you know, I'm just a beta.
yeah, just.
But like a beta on the
Okay.
level of not like, you know, not like a beta who would go to a strip club and like get his rocks off.
Yeah,
But like, I don't know. I'm just not really comfortable with that.
I'm just a beta at the top of my game.
Yeah, I'm a beta not at the top of my game, but like, you know, it's, I don't know.
Calling a stripper to my yacht is just not something that I'm that interested in anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's fair. That was something I was never really
Cody
interested
just
in.
really like doing that shit, so I had to show him out, get all the strippers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, with the GTA now, yeah.
No, I mean, but even in real life.
Oh, even in real life.
I would never. I don't know. I have because with last semester I met, holy shit, an Amazoness herself, only a few inches shorter than Beefus, and only like half an inch taller than me. She's just very attractive.
Uh-huh.
I met her on Tinder, and she was like a cool person and all, but like she was pretty much exactly what I expected her to be like.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I've just never been interested. Like I had my interaction, and now I'm out. You know?
Yeah. You know, it's Gabe does like getting stepped on.
Yeah, I love getting stepped on.
Yeah.
Wait, step on me.
Oh no, I'm not an Amazon. I wish I can only dream. Yeah.
Amazoness.
You know, I've got a bad habit of like in regards to Tinder, of like I'll get my fair amount of matches, my reasonable amount of my Bevo deserved matches.
Yeah.
And like I'll get a match and I'll go, oh, cool, sweet. And then I'll do one of two things. And the last match I got is a good example. I got it and I was like, cool. She seems pretty interesting. I look forward to talking to her at some point. And then I'll sit on that match for like days or weeks, or just like literally never do anything with
Who's
it.
trying to step on me though?
Well, that's a good question. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, because part of it is like the times I do like message girls on Tinder, I'm just like,
you're just doing it out of like self mollification, basically, just to tell yourself that you tried, basically.
yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Like I'll do it. Yeah, that's a perfect way of describing it. I'll do it. I'll like message them or whatever, just to like be like, all right, I tried, and then nothing will work out because it was a super low effort message, or I just do not reply.
Yeah, I'm actually, I had a lot more luck last semester, or I don't even know, maybe even drive or something. But like this semester, like when I match with a girl, I just haven't I haven't messaged them, and I've matched with like much less women this semester.
Yeah.
Like last semester, you know how like with Tinder to like tell you how many people have swiped on you.
Yeah.
I got to the 100 plus.
Oh wow. Yeah.
In this semester, I have 16.
Oh wow.
So you know how it goes.
Yeah. No. I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm setting at my like every few, but it's like it's weird because like I want to meet people. I want to like do all that kind of thing.
Try
butthole pics.
Yeah, you should try that.
See, the problem with butthole pics
is that some beefs is too blubbery.
Well, even so,
Yeah.
it feels like that'd be a lot of prep.
Yeah, and he's not really keeping it maintained like that.
Yeah, because like I feel like the effort to shave one's butthole would be like a lot. You know what I mean?
It is, dude. My ABP, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? ABP.
No. Oh yeah.
I just don't want to say the name.
Yeah, no, I get
you. She had a fucking ponytail on her asshole for a little bit. She shaved that shit. I mean, pussy bald, but holy shit, there was so much, and it got to the point where she wouldn't like ride backwards, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you gotta shave it. Yeah, you gotta shave it. She just really didn't want to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's such high effort because, like,
you
with
can't see it at all.
Yeah, with shaving the boys.
Yeah.
Like it can be time consuming. I mean, at my point, I'm just.
You tell me a woman doesn't want to see a hairy man's asshole? You tell me that's what you think?
That's true. Because, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you get the one good pick, but is that one good pick worth it? Because then you're setting up, then you're catfishing, then you're butt fishing,
then
you're hole fishing.
You're hole fishing.
You're hole fishing. Because if you send them a picture of a pristine butthole, and then when they see you,
baby powder,
and they pull up the picture right next to your actual IRL butthole that looks like this now, then I mean,
because you took a picture, it's looking
then
like
they're
this.
going to be upset, and you're going to be embarrassed.
And they seen a person that's looking like this.
Yeah.
He hasn't been doing his Kegels.
And it has nothing to do with whether or not you know about it, Rob, just because you're not a desperate 13-year-old. It's more so about, don't come up with suggestions.
If you don't
have practical solutions.
It's got to be a practical suggestion.
Yeah. Because if you shave your butthole, and you send a picture and you commit to that being who you are, you got to make sure you're at least close to that.
Mm-hmm.
You're at least close to that. Because if you're not, well then... You're just lying. Not only to all these people, but to yourself. So, I don't know. You didn't even need to take all these butthole or dick pics, dude. Too old school. Well, first off, dick pics are definitely out.
Why are they out?
I'd say it's either urethra, or it's gonna be that. It's gonna be that brown little starfish.
You're comfortable sending them in high school, Beefus.
That was high school. And listen, I did what I did, and was it worth it?
I've never sent one.
That one time, for that brief period, I'd say so. I'd say it was a worthy exchange of Bevo PP to gifting ratio. And I'll say that's okay. And in regards to that, because that was just a weird time. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was weird. It was just me being beefus. Yeah. But I will say that a man came up to me, whom I'll name after this, and said, because he had heard about it, who was like, huh? It was me. It wasn't you. No. And then he said these really uncomfortable words to me, which were, what'd that pussy look like? Was it pink? And it was so out of character for him, like, to be that, like, graphic about it. And I was like, and I just went home.
Can I guess?
What
the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that is not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah,
I was expecting, holy shit.
So that was weird. Butthole is good because it's gender neutral, 99% of folks got a butthole.
I don't even know about 99%.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree. I guess it's more respectful to others, and I guess their preferences. And I think, and I'm going to say this because...
Not everyone's interested in butthole.
Well, maybe not, but if you think about it, I think I think when you think about the grand scheme of things, because like the whole concept, and we kind of had this discussion.
And he's not saying whole concept like WHOL.
No, I'm saying the HOLE
concept.
Yeah. But was that
this is
in terms of exchanging nudographic pictorials, is that there's definitely an imbalance in terms of. I think there's and this is me generalizing women, and I have the authority to do so, that there's a general lack of interest in seeing a phallus other than just like seeing what it looks like. You know what I mean? I don't think there's like a huge attractiveness to like just a dick on its own. And I can understand like a body, like someone's jacked or whatever, and that gets you off. Sure, that's fine. You ladies can, rub one out to whatever you want. Yeah. Because you're into that weird shit,
Bears.
Exactly. Bears and shit. But
hogs. I
think butthole's different though, and I think it's underappreciated because while there isn't much value in a phallus, there is a fair bit of value in a butthole because it has multiple uses sexually. And it can't, to some people it can be attractive, I would say. You clean it up nice,
squirrel.
You get it looking good, and people are going to be happy.
I'm with you.
Whereas a pee-pee, there ain't much you can do about it. You know what I mean?
Well, honestly, vaginas aren't that great looking either. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, but it's more so like.
Did you just,
I guess.
I don't want to see it still, like even though I don't like, I
yeah,
still want to see it.
Yeah, sure. If someone is looking after their butthole, they got their shit in order.
No, that is not true. If someone's looking after their butthole, they got their shit like out of order.
I agree with that. I think that's true because if they have the time to manage their butthole, what are they forgetting about?
Yeah, they're forgetting about something.
They must not be drinking water. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Which leads a lot of implications towards me, but the point being,
wait, you don't drink water.
But the point being is I don't know. I think that's mismanaged unless it's contextual. You know what I mean? Like I think maintenance, a regular maintenance of it, I guess can be okay if you're in a relationship where it's just that kind of stuff's involved. That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever, that's cool. But if you're just doing it on your own because that's just something you want to do,
that's just something you're into.
Yeah,
you kind of like it too much.
Yeah, you just kind of like it too much, and that's fine. You can like it, but you're just a dude, who likes to drink beer on a Sunday, and you're shaving your butthole. You're mismanaging something. That one's probably looking bad. I'll tell you that much. Shaving your butthole's
an invitation.
It's an invitation, and that's fine so long as somebody's getting the invite.
Yeah.
That being said, I think we're going to conclude this episode of Bert's Boys unless you have any final words.
Last slide.
No, there's one final slide. Let me get the music up because I forgot I paused it eons ago. And this is the last slide. These are going to be the things that you...
I don't hear the music. Oh, there it is.
It's there. These are going to be the things that you remember us by.
That's a cat. And that's a wrap.
Are those pills?
No, that's roe. That's
no, right like here.
Caviar.
Oh.
Red caviar.
That's fish eggs, right? Okay. So just make sure. I saw videos otherwise. But yeah, so that's can't find it. Where's the it's Bert's Boys.